Hello craft team, today we'll be making a rose using Asoeke. Watch till the end and see how I made use of the rose. If you're a new subscriber, you're highly welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you for coming back. Join the craft team and let's get crafting. For our project today, we'll be needing our Asoeke, we'll need our scissors, we'll need our needle, we'll be needing fishing line. I'm using 0.35 and we'll need tape. Some of the items here were not used because it was part of another project that is not part of this video. So for this rose we are making today, I started out with 59 inches length Asoeke, but I didn't use all that. I used about 55 for the rose. So first off, we fold the edge of the rose 3 times. You fold over 3 times. Then you curve one edge in a triangular form. Your curve should look a bit triangular. Then fold it in. Fold it in, pressing down with your hand as you fold. Just fold it in, pressing down with your thumb as you fold. Then you roll on the body of the Asoeke. Then the technique is basically you fold, you manipulate, use your right hand to twist and fold, while you use your left hand to be arranging the Asoeke. You arrange it, you fold it in, arrange it, then twist with your right hand. So it's basically simple. Just watch what I'm doing, you get along, and you practice and you get along. Use your right hand, should hold your already twisted bit, while you use your left hand to arrange. Use your left hand to arrange your Asoeke. Use it to arrange and give it a fold. Then you use your right hand to twist that part you've arranged and hold together. So just use your left hand to arrange. Use your right hand to fold over, to wrap into the parts that you've arranged. So just watch what I'm doing and follow up and you get it. Is that simple? It's very simple to do. Use your left hand, gradually fold, arrange, then you fold in with your right hand. So from what you can see, the rose is forming already. So if you want a small rose, it depends the size of rose you want. If you want it small, as you go along, you can stop and cut off. If you want it big, that's how you take your measurement. It will be longer in length, so you get it big. If you want it small, you use a shorter length. It depends what you want to do. Let your imaginations out. Just get crafting and imagining what you want to do. So you can actually use it as a brooch. You can use your rose as a brooch. You can use it to accessorize other things. So you just get creative on what you want to do. So what you need your rose for will determine the size of rose you want to do. So your rose is dependent on, the size of your rose is dependent on what you need your rose for. So I'll just continue doing the same thing. So I'm just showing you, so if you didn't get it from the beginning, you have lots of time to wash through it and get along with making the rose. So if you've not joined our craft team, you can just click with the click of the subscribe button. You're a member of the craft team. For more headwear tutorials, more fashion accessory DIYs, more millinery tips, just click on that subscribe button, join the craft team. We want you to join the craft team and enjoy lots of videos that will come on the channel. So don't miss out on any of them. You click on the subscribe button and click on the notification bell so you'll be among the first persons to be notified when new video drops. So our rose is getting bigger and is looking fine already. It's looking fine. So I'll keep going till the size I want. Like I told you earlier, I didn't use all my 59 inches length Asoeke. I got to a point and I felt like, okay, this is the size I want to work with, and I stopped. So you can do the same for you with your measurements. If you want your rose smaller, use a shorter measurement to your preference. So please take note that your right hand, you do not let go of your right hand, because your right hand is keeping it in place. Because now all we are doing is just forming our rose, but it's not in place, it's not being stitched down in place. So if at any point you let go of your right hand and not using your left hand to support to hold, then all you've worked for can just, roll out. So at any point in time, make sure that as you're holding it in place so it doesn't go out. If you're not holding down with your right hand, you use your left hand to support it in place so your work will not just go to waste. So if you try this and you want to share pictures with us, you can reach us on our Instagram page at ibisfinecrafties so that we can share with you and share with others too, so we get more people crafting. So still just watch the technique, how I twist with my left hand, twist it gradually with my left hand and bring it together with my right hand. So I'm just checking the size of my rose. I'm just checking the size of my rose and see how well it's coming out. See how well it's coming out. So I feel this is okay. This size is okay. Like I told you earlier, I didn't use all my 59 inches length. So I cut out the remaining parts. So what I use is roughly 55 inches in length. So for the last part, when you've come to the point where you feel is okay, you just fold, arrange it, fold it, and bring the end bit to the back of your rose, that is the bottom of your rose. Just bring it to the bottom of your rose so it folds to the back. It folds to the back of your rose. So the end of your fabric folds to the back of the rose to make it look neat, so you're not seeing any fraying end by the side of your rose. You take it to the back of the rose. Then here we use our needle and thread, for which I'm using fishing line. You can use thread, matching thread if you prefer, but I prefer fishing line. I feel it's stronger than using thread, but if you double your thread, that will be fine also, but I prefer using fishing line. So that is what I went with. So to start with, you start from the middle of your rose to stitch. You start from the middle down of your rose to stitch. Then you start moving round bit by bit. You take your needle round bit by bit, so you're sure you're holding every point of your rose to stitch it in place. So it is quite stiff putting your needle through, but you just have to do this bit so your rose stays in place. So you put your needle through each bit, holding the wraps together. So your needle is passing through each line of your rose. Try to make sure your needle pass through each line of your rose, so it keeps it firm in place. So while you're still stitching down with your needle, you check if any part feels is not firm enough. You just use your needle and fishing line or your thread to stitch it down to make it firm. Because once you're done and you stitch them well, your rose will stay in place and it will not feel soft or feel like it wants to pull apart. You can already see that the rose is already firm on its own. It's already firm on its own without any support. Is already firm. So that is the idea why you're stitching down, so your rose will stay firm. So I'll just try to make few stitches to secure it properly before I cut off my thread. So I think is firm enough for me. I think it's firm enough for me right now. So once you're sure it's firm enough for you, you just go ahead and knot. Just go ahead and knot. Make sure your knotting should be at the back. Bring your needle to the back, then you knot and cut off. Just make a knot to secure it in place. Then now, if you want to use your rose as a brooch, you have to cut out a round bit to cover the back, which you will neatly stitch to the rose to cover it. Then you can use it as a brooch. But if you're using it on any other headwear, you don't really have to, because you are attaching it to another material, so it's the back of it won't show. But for a brooch which you attach a pin to, the back will show. So for that, you need to cut out another material and cover it nicely and neatly. So if you've watched to this point and you've not joined the craft team, what are you waiting for? Click on that subscribe button to join the craft team. Click the notification bell to get notified when new video drop. We'd like you to be part of the craft team so you don't miss out on our future videos that will drop on headwear tutorials, millinery tips, fashion accessory DIYs. We don't want you to miss out on any of them. So just wait for it. See what this rose can do, how you can use this rose. Just wait for it. Just wait for it. Just wait for it. I'm so excited. Voila. Now you see what you can use the rose for. For this rose, I used Gele fabric. So you too can use other material. Just be creative. Till we meet again in our next video. Be creative. Bye.